I love hosting and having dinner parties, so this week I had some friends over for a flower-themed dinner party, and I made flour ravioli, a flower-themed margarita pizza, a caprese salad, a hummus dip with pomegranate seed flowers, roasted chicken with spring veggies, palomas, and for dessert I made flower-shaped lemon curd shortbread cookies and lemon olive oil cake. I got started making my pasta dough and then made my ravioli filling with ricotta, Parmigiano Reggiano, salt, and pepper. I thinned out my pasta dough and then I used 2 different size flour cookie cutters to cut out some flowers and then attached those on with some water and added a little round yellow center. I then thinned out my pasta sheet one more time before piping on my ravioli filling, wetting it with a little water to seal it off, and then cutting them out. I then made my pizza dough and my pizza sauce, and then I added in the flour, kneaded the dough, and added it to a bowl with some olive oil and covered it to let it rise. I then made some homemade hummus by adding in some chickpeas, tahini, and some spices to a food processor. I got the table all set and then cut out some small mozzarella circles for the little flowers that I added onto my margarita pizza with some orange tomatoes as the center. I then added the hummus and some pomegranate seeds, some red onions, some feta, olive oil, and flaky salt to a platter. And then I made my caprese salad with some heirloom tomatoes that looked like flowers. Here is the final product for our appetizers. I then squeezed some grapefruit juice for some palomas and added that to some glasses with the cutest little daisy or chamomile drink stirs. And here's how the ravioli ended up looking. I'm so obsessed with how they turned out. I then prepped the chicken by adding in a bunch of spices, tossing the chicken in that, and then baking it in the oven. I then added some asparagus and lemon slices and added that back to the oven while I browned some butter and cooked the ravioli. Here's the final product for our dinner. And then earlier in the day, I got started prepping the desserts, making the lemon olive oil cake. I baked that in the oven and then got started on the shortbread cookies, adding in a little lemon zest to that. I let the dough rest in the fridge while I made a homemade lemon curd. I rolled out the cookie dough and used a flour cookie cutter and then baked those in the oven. I dusted the top with some powdered sugar and piped on the lemon curd. And then I made a mascarpone and powdered sugar frosting. And here is the final product for our desserts.